All right, guys, we're going to continue with the Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, issue number 19. This is the Venom story, part 4 of 5. There's only one to go. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So, Batman was actually addicted in the last issue, and it took him, I don't know, 30 days to get rid of the poison in his body. Well, not 30 days. Well, no, I believe 30 days or 6 months. I need to check it out. Anyway, so we have General Talbot Ross. That's a lie. It's not Talbot Ross, but because he's from Marvel, but he looks exactly like that. And this weird doctor that is, making pills and stuff. They are controlling these people, and they are basically massacring this village. And this guy even kills his grandmother because they are hypnotized or under influence, right? So Batman comes to what is it, Commissioner? I'm not sure if he's Commissioner or Captain. Commissioner Gordon. Let's say he says it's been 6 months. So Batman abandons Gotham for 6 months. It's not really a Batman thing, but hey, okay, let's go with it, right? He says, I was sick. I recovered. And so he said, this isn't a social call. He said, no. So he talks about Randolph Porter and General Timothy Slaycroft. And says, oh, the guy that you warned me about, they wanted to kill me. Yeah. Well, they fall off the earth. They are nowhere to be found. So Batman says, well, they're at Santa Prisca. So Commissioner says, then they are beyond our reach. Santa Prisca is controlled by a drug cartel that empathetically does not cooperate with any recognized authority. So Batman says, well, it's not beyond mine. so then we go to the island, and it seems that the doctor is swallowing pills as well, and Slaycroft here is a little bit worried. So he says, I noticed you're taking a lot of pills lately. Well, he explains that it's been more than over a year since his daughter died. And he says, you do not to worry because I'm not getting addicted. The pills are used to enhance his intelligence or something like that without the traits of, being a junkie. And he said, I can help you with your constipation problem. So he says, well, I like living with my own pain, mister. Then I'm sure you're a happy man. How does the training? Well, the new stuff you've been giving them. The what is it? Hypnagogic. All right, formula. And they are just standing there for 9 hours, right? And they not move the muscle. So unless they give them messages or commands. The perfect army, perfect condition, perfectly trained, and above all, perfectly disciplined. We will take them somewhere to prove themselves, Africa perhaps. And when I have demonstrated that I'm right, we return to America triumphant, and using my methods, our army will crush the godless hordes that threaten us. So I don't know what he means with that. I mean, who do you want to crush? Do you want to crush the military, or do you want to take over America? I'm not entirely sure. I'm drinking some water. All right. So Bruce hired a plane or something, or bought a plane, and Alfred has some questions, right? So Bruce says, Randolph Porter lost his position at Gotham University after he fed 2 grad students his homebrewed dope. One's dead, a suicide, the other's severely psychotic. A high-octane attorney beat the charges filed against Porter on a technicality. And General Slaycroft, is that his name? He was the training officer at the Fort Fritz. A routine investigating found that no fewer than 18 troops had died under his command. Over many years, of course, there was also something about his wife death in an explosion. Anyway, he got booted. Apparently he avoided prison because the court-martial board was impressed by his war record. And now he and the professor have gone to ground in Santa Prisca. All right. So there's another player involved called the local chief. Basically, influences. They have influence over the police, I guess, right? He said that his men in Haiti report that an American bought a twin-engine plane, paid cash for it, and loaded with electronics. He's headed this way. So the doctor says, well, should that interest us? The American came on a charter from Gotham City. So, if you were the masked man and you had the resources he seems to have, would you come after us? And would you use cash to protect your identity? So, he's still using pills. It's not him. He can't be what I did to him with the drugs I gave him. He's in a rubber room somewhere drooling. Maybe, but I don't take the chances. But I don't take chances, he says. He says, what's that? Well, it's some kind of a rocket launcher. And then Bruce is taking some pictures for I don't know, marking the territory, I guess, you know. But then, trouble. I love the Bruce's face. You don't see that much in comics. So the rocket goes to the plane. Bruce pushes Alfred out, and Alfred says, Master Bruce, if you want my resignation, you might ask for it. All right, they are safe, right? So Batman comes down, Bruce comes down, turns himself into Batman, but then he is almost spotted. He's a motionless shadow. There's no point in harming them if it's not necessary. But a malign macabre flaps and squawks, drawing the man's attention, reducing his options to one before they can react. He is in motion. Looks great, man. I like the flow of the story. So he beats them. It would be stupid to waste time regretting the incident. He must find his friend and get them both off Santa Prisca. The light is almost gone normally. The darkness is his ally. But this is not a normal light. Tell you it couldn't be him, says the doctor. He's a wreck, I tell you. He's feeding him Pamblum in some asylum. Gomez described a giant bat. Then there are two of them. Is it so difficult you admit you failed? You tell me, you and your damn commie rocket launcher. The weapon functioned accordingly to specifications, but a cunning man can defeat any weapon. And we have reason to believe that our enemy is as cunning as anyone alive. Cunning, resourceful, dangerous. Must you do that? Yes, I must if I am to calm myself enough to give this matter the fullest benefit of my intellect. Anyway, so he says, hey, where are you going? To post a guard. So he orders these guys to, stand guard and kill anyone who, looks, like a bat, I guess. So there is a telephone, right? And he's talking about Gomez's men, probably the police or the one that is in charge of this island. And that was Gomez. He's giving us something very useful to use against the masked man. So Batman is looking for Alfred, but he cannot find him. And he thinks that he's maybe dead. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario is hold somewhere else. So Batman is going to wait. Years ago in the Orient, he learned how to bring his brain waves to the theta state. He is perfectly relaxed, yet awake. Time will pass. So it seems that General Ross, I know it's not Ross, he has captured Alfred and he says, hey, Batman, you do what we tell you to do, otherwise he's going to get it, right? So he's put him into a water at the southern tip of the island where the sharks feed. All right. So Batman comes, right? And we nicked his ankles and feet. They've been bleeding into the water for a few minutes now. I mean, Batman easily could have taken these guys out. Probably. Because, their brainwashed bodyguards are with them. So Batman comes in, right? And so the doctor says, hey, I have some pills for you. Perhaps you like something to help you. A capsule will greatly increase your stamina for the next hour. I mean, I need pills like that, Pills that make you go crazy, pills that make you go strong, more stamina, increase your intelligence. Where can I buy those? So Batman says, when I return, we'll discuss why you did it. The water was surprisingly cold and hard. Driven by storm winds, the wave slaps at him. So there's also some, natives watch the fun. He ignores them. Anyone who didn't know Alfred well would not hear the fear in his voice. He sees it then, a dorsal fin knifing swiftly towards its prey. He has always believed in preparation, but there are times when events defy any possible planning, when action must be created from the flow of moments. So, not sure what he's doing here, but oh, well, he kicks him in the nose because they are sensitive. So then he cuts Alfred loose with a knife, right? And but then Batman does something, right? Because the shark returns. So he uses his strength to break this pole and ram it into the eye of the shark, what looks absolutely very cool, I must say, right? Batman is just, he's the man, he's the goat. Final reflex, a razory fin tears through flesh, and the salt water sends a shock of agony through him. Master Bruce, there are more. Yes, 2 of them are feasting on the one I killed, but the third has a yen for us. A yen? What's that? I know what a yen is, but how is that in context with what he is saying? I don't know. We never be able to outswim it. We don't have to head for the boat. We don't have to head for the boat, but these guys don't want this Alfred to let him in, right? You don't suppose you chaps would have a bottle of suntan lotion I might borrow? I don't know where this humor comes from, but then Batman comes under the boat, and he's using his strength to I don't know, throw it overboard, right? These guys, and he says, "If you have any shark repellent," that's a throwback, "I suggest you use it." So they are swimming away, but what about these guys? Are they not? Did you? Dude, these guys are gonna die. So Batman says to Alfred, "When we get to the beach, I create a distraction. You run into the woods, find a boat, and get off the island. Haiti is due north." Should I argue? Not unless you want me to make me mad. So Batman punches then the doctor in the face because he has more pills, right? Painkillers. He says, "Use them yourself." But then he gets a punch in the face. "Private Slaycroft, attention to orders. Execute him." I like that. So, and then we're gonna, this leads us to the next issue, right? So yeah, I like this very much. This, what is this? I like this very much, this this Dark Knight series. I said it many times, but there's something about us that is, I know, it's we see Batman in different